Welcome to the beginning of the training. First off, I want to get this out of the way. If you're looking for a quick fix, a push the button, get rich, some kind of scheme you're not going to have to work at, you're in the wrong space. Basically, everybody that I've talked to that has become successful has to they've had to do the work. They've actually had to spend the time and figure out what hard work looks like, learn some skills, and implement them in order to have what they want. If you just want a quick fix, you might as well go buy a lotto ticket or just get comfortable where you're at in your life. Now, if you decide that you want to actually make a big change, you're in the right spot, right? We're going to go through a bunch of things that are going to help you change your life. The first thing I want you to understand is that I go by the motto, working 3 to 5 years like most people won't, so that you can live the rest of your life like most people can only dream of. What does that mean? It means for the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to apply yourself to learning, to implementing, to building a business so that in 5 years, you won't ever have to really work again. You're going to have this amazing lifestyle. That's what we're actually working towards. If that's what you desire, this is perfect for you, right? Second thing here is that the only thing standing in your way from having your desires met is learning a set of skills and then implementing them. It's actually that easy. Most people don't understand that, whether it's going to university to get a degree to go and work in a job, in this case with an internet marketing system, you're going to have to learn some skills that you don't have to spend 4 years doing. You can learn over the course of a month, 3 months, 6 months, depending on how quickly you go through the material. You're then going to start implementing these things and actually taking action. There are so many people out there that do not take action. Right? You sit there, you learn a bunch of stuff, and you don't actually go out and do it. This is the biggest frustration. It was one of the big things that was holding me back. I learned everything. I was just waiting for the perfect thing, or, I was going through all the steps, but I wasn't actually taking the action required to have success. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a bunch of different things in these videos that are actually going to be, you're going to be able to implement them basically in your life. You're going to be able to start taking some moves forward. Some of them are soft skills, such as mindset. You're going to also look at some hard skills, and that's everything from Facebook advertising to shooting videos to, whatever other skills we're going to need along the way in order to be successful with your business. Last thing I want to go through right now with this video is the cash flow quadrant. If you have read Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that's what I'm looking for, you're going to be familiar with this. Basically, there are 4 different spots. There is the employed person. That's most of our population. Most of our population is out there, they have a job, they work 40 to 60 hours a week for 40 years, then they retire. That's the old model. And in order to retire comfortably, you're going to have to set aside a big portion of your income in order to have investments and have the money to retire on. A lot of people can't do that anymore. Second quadrant is self-employed. So these are people that go out and create a business. I did that. I did some body work for people doing massage, and basically what happened was I ended up working a lot more hours. I was making more per hour, but I was working a lot more. I wasn't always actually getting paid for those hours because I was spending time advertising, I was spending time doing bookkeeping and everything else involved in a business. So until you're successful enough to be able to hire people for less money to do the jobs that you don't do as well and don't make money at, there's a big discrepancy. You're basically, the way they say it is, your job owns you. Some people can be very successful at this. However, in my case, I was doing really well, and then I was in a motor vehicle accident, couldn't work for 9 months, and had no income. That was devastating. That's what led me to this next quadrant where You're going to be a business owner. You're going to own a system, or you're going to have employees that are implementing those systems so that you can get paid for everybody else's work. So you're getting a small percentage or a big percentage of everybody else's work. And in doing that, you can say you have 10 people working for you, you get 20% of each of their incomes. You're now making 2 times as much as you would normally make. Right? This is an ideal situation where, hopefully you get to a point where you have, 100 or 200 people. In stores, in having a business, you can do that with franchises where you're making a portion off of each one. If you are a business owner and say you have a bunch of employees and their work pays you, that can sometimes work in that range as well. What I do is I actually teach people how to go from being employed to self-employed and then to being a business owner. Eventually, what we all want to do is we want to become investors. These are people that have enough money that they can basically live off the interest or the profits from all that they invest in. We want to, in that 5-year span, we want to put enough money aside that by the time that 5 years comes up, we're actually going to be in a spot where we have, say, 7 streams of income, which is what they say most millionaires do have. We're going to have 7 streams of income, and we're going to be investing that income so it's actually going to pay us without having to do the work. This is what I want to go over today. These are the basics. This is what I'm going to take you through, different applications of this. And I'm going to show you a bunch of soft and hard skills that you can learn in order to start growing your business. The other thing is that we do have a system that we use. You're going to get the webinar link for that, and that's going to show you exactly what we do. It's going to take you through the training, the steps that our system works with. I'm doing these videos so that you have more of a grasp of what it's going to take in order to be successful. The next 2 videos I'm going to go over are 2 things that I think are really important. One is the different types of people that join this business, like where you are at. You could be somebody that is broke, doesn't have much going for them, and need a complete transformation, all the way to somebody who's fairly successful but looking for maybe another stream of income that they can jump on right away. So I'm going to take you through the different steps of where you're at and the next steps you should take. The following video is going to be what hard work looks like. When you are employed, it looks a certain way. When you are self-employed, you have to figure out what you need to do in order to be successful. And then when you're a business owner, when you have other people, you have to manage your time differently as well, so that you can make sure that all their needs are met while still making your needs met. And along that line, basically, I want to take you through so that you understand exactly what you need to do along each step of the way. So I'll see you in the next video.